on Peacock. So I still wait a little more. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just back, forth, back. Okay. Okay.
Sounds good.
The Queen City of Charlotte, the site for Saturday night in the Gamebridge Super League. Mackenzie George is feeling good. She had a pair of goals off the bench for Carolina Ascent FC last Sunday. Her team is still in search for its first win. Jada Bedoya, meanwhile, will face her former club tonight. She had 3 goals for Carolina last year, and she's found the back of the net once for DC Power FC this year. It's Carolina Ascent and Power FC, and it's coming up next on Peacock. Welcome to American Memorial Legion Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. Tonight, Carolina Ascent FC plays host to DC Power FC to kick off October in the Gamebridge Super League. Tonight's match is presented by Nucor. Natalie Calvat-Witten, glad to be joined by the analyst, the coach, Eric Dubransky. Eric, last year's regular season champs have scored 11 goals but haven't gotten the win column yet.
Yeah, Natalie, they've seen that uptick in overall goals compared to last season's first 5 matches, but at the core of their identity is being a team that is difficult to break down. And when you compare the defensive numbers through 5 matches this season, they've conceded 9 more goals. So collective balance in both boxes is going to be key for this group moving forward.
Tonight's player to watch is brought to you by Gatorade. Eric, Maddie Mercado has been on fire to begin the season for Carolina Ascent.
And she's a frustrating player to play against. Her relentless movement and comfort in various areas of the field make her difficult to account for. She's at the top 5 of the league in both chances created and shots. Then you complement that with her high-quality habits in front of frame. She is a sustained threat.
We'll take a look at that last DC Power FC match and Abera's goal in particular.
And a tale of 2 halves for DC Power. Terrific first goal, this drive by Torbert. Abera, this decisive finish, just one touch. Buries it, opens the scoring for DC Power. Then this clever press from Gianna Gorley in the 33rd minute. Sees this touch, opportunistic nature, putting her team up 2-0. They take that lead into the break, but unfortunately, the team saw a 22-minute spell that leveled the match, and it starts with this class delivery and this finish from Hill in the 59th that cuts into the lead, makes it 2-1. Then it's all capped off by this dribble and drive, this big moment from Cook to equalize in the 81st. Driving, playing, link-up play, and then the composure to finish there. And this match finishes 2-2.
Speaking of scoring, Gianna Gorley has 3 goals in 4 games for Power FC.
Scored a brace versus Sporting Jacksonville early this season. Presents a special blend of movement off the ball and composure in defining areas of the attacking box. She has the ability to take what the game offers and has that willingness to occupy a back line that translates to either opportunity for herself or her teammates.
Plenty of firepower on display here in Charlotte. Lineups and kickoff are next on Peacock.
When it comes to delivering high quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I want to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come.
For the best orthopedic care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gamebridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, great at assists. Gamebridge, great at assists for your savings.
Tonight's match is presented by Nucor. Nucor Corporation is the safest, highest quality, lowest cost, most productive, and most profitable steel and steel products company in the world. Nucor is the official sponsor of the Carolina Ascent FC. Take a look at the starting 11 for Carolina FC. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by Capelli Sport. Eric, what stands out to you?
Front line of Mia Corbin, Mackenzie George, and Audrey Harding. Their dual role in this match will be extremely impactful, leading the press defensively, but also chance creation offensively. Then McClellan back in goal, looking to guide this team to their first clean sheet of the season.
We'll take a look at Power FC now here. They're going with the 4-2-3-1 formation.
And I look at GU at midfield getting the first start of the season. How do they break Carolina Ascent down offensively? The ability to offer in certain situations, break some of the press, break them through the lines. Bedoya out wide. Torbert, excellent assist in that game against Brooklyn FC. And obviously Gianna Gorley will continue to be that threat up top.
Should be in for a good one tonight. These two teams were actually the first official match of the USL Super League, and that was back on August 17th, 2024. So a little bit of a historic matchup here that you're all in store for. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Take a look at those kits that both teams are sporting. The home team, Carolina Ascent, will be wearing their purple with some pink. As for the away team, the Power FC, they're in the white jerseys with the light blue shorts and the white socks. We'll take a look at our referee for the match, Sean Tahini. Gotta love the lime green kit for the goalkeeper, right? Gotta keep the uniforms fresh, Eric. And for the away team for Aquino, she is in the bright orange. Can't miss her. And we're underway here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Action is underway between these two, Power FC, and we've got a whistle blow. Gianna Gorley, a free kick for Carolina Ascent to get things started. Eric, in talking to head coach Philip Poole, he really pressed that knowing this Carolina Ascent team and what they're built for, and he said that they're built on their defending.
Yeah, that sustained identity that obviously is a carryover from that 2024-2025 season, but something that has just not clicked as of yet in this first 5 matches. And that off-the-ball collective identity is something that they not only need to get back to, but you do feel like it's coming around the corner. And I say that with a team that has conceded 11 goals. It's tied for second most in the league. The way they've conceded in the areas they've conceded, you look at the last 3 matches, 6 of the 7 goals conceded have been in the first half. So if they can kind of secure that start to matches, get a feel for the game, play on the front foot, be progressive in what they're doing off the ball, I think you're going to see this Carolina Ascent team find a real rhythm starting tonight, moving forward. And there's no question that starting tonight they were going to focus defensively on what they did for a complete 90 minutes.
Carolina Ascent in search for their first win of the season. We'll see if they can get things together here at home. Tonight's injury report is presented by Novant Health. See a little bit of a back and forth here. Good steal by Theoret there to keep things interesting. DC Power FC still in control.
And you have to feel like that's an area that for DC Power, they're going to want to test early. How do they look like when they regain possession? Where they regain possession? What does Carolina Ascent look like? Good ball in here.
Oh boy, Maddie Mercado got the party started here for the home team. But Power FC will boot that one away.
It looked like there at the end, Mercado decided to leave it for her teammate. This looked like she had the space in front to take that touch into space and go at goal.
Mercado with some good footwork there. Power FC in control, but a good save there by McLeland.
And a good sequence from DC Power, the ability to play through the back, play at midfield, and then find the forwards. That ability to positionally put themselves in areas where they can play through some of those narrow channels and create, it's going to be important for DC Power tonight. You see it a lot with teams, especially teams that want to be on the ball, honing in the focus on positional play, the angles that you're choosing, not proximity. You don't need to get closer to get on the ball. You don't need to necessarily move defenders in that initial phase of the build. You want to position yourself where you can get on the ball and then be on that half turn, the ability to face up. Then it's about moving defenders, and where there's space limited.
Sydney Studer keeps things going for Carolina Ascent. You can really hear the roar of the crowd, Eric. It's a great night for soccer in the Queen City.
You mentioned it just a few moments ago, Carolina Ascent looking for their first win of the season. Their first win at home as well. They're 0-2-1 here at home thus far. 2 away matches after this match, but this is a team that was 7-2-5 last season at home.
Carolina Ascent known for their defense, trying to generate some offense here, but that one will be taken away. Aguilera boots that one back to the middle. But good defense by Sydney Cummings for Power FC.
And that play right there from Jill Aguilera is something that I'll be interested to watch throughout this match. Her ability to climb the field defensively, put herself in situations where she can join the attack. And she does that on the ball already. But in those moments where you do regain possession, where you do have collective numbers in and around the ball, in that moment, good ball played in as well.
Ooh, a wide open Audrey Harding, but a great save by Aquino.
Terrific play down the field. Audrey Harding, the decisiveness, the decision-making to pull this ball back. Early test for Aquino.
I love that you mentioned the decision-making. It happens in 2 seconds, so she Had a great read there. And Aquino with great vision for that save.
Good pressure again and good turnover.
Here we are again. Rinse and repeat. Jill Aguilera looking for someone. She finds Taylor Porter, who pelts it back to Aguilera.
When you can win the ball higher up the field, you can see the shape that Carolina Ascent are playing in, the ability to create those overloads in the wide areas, have the ability to go 2v1, or at least give yourself a chance to clip a service into the box where you have good numbers and you've been able to flood those areas.
And both coaches talked about playing the whole 90 minutes, not just being successful in halves.
Yeah, and I think that's something where early on in the season, you're going to see a lot of growth from both these teams, picking up on cues, picking up on defining moments that either see a game trend away from you or trend in favor of you. I mean, you look at DC Power's last match, 2-0 going into the break, and then that second 45, you just saw Brooklyn FC make some plays. Obviously, the quality delivery on the set piece got them back in the match. But that late equalizer.
Yeah, wanting to create those chances to generate that offense. Throw in for Power FC. I think both teams are doing a nice job of starting with a lot of energy.
Yeah, and I was actually just about to bring that up, because I think for DC Power, the question becomes the 2 weeks between matchups. I mean, you've seen a significant amount of time between games, competitive matches. So how do you come in, have that energy, but also have that quality that matches the energy? Good play here from Mackenzie George.
She was electric coming off the bench, scoring 2 goals. Oh, so close.
That'll be a goal kick, DC Power.
Huge effort here.
And again, it starts with a defensive moment. I mean, Mackenzie George gets herself on the ball, but also the subtle interchange of Riley Baisden and Maddie Mercado, the ability for Maddie Mercado to drop into space. Baisden then climbs the field, occupies that back line, and allows Mercado to get on the ball in that moment. Just unable to put that shot on target.
Carolina Ascent wasting no time. But that one will be booted out by Power FC. You can really feel that Carolina is fighting here. They're battling. They're really trying to get this first win of the season and do it in front of their home fans.
This is a really good sequence for Carolina Ascent. Possession with a purpose.
Oh, good hustle there. But up and over the net, Eric.
And that'll be a goal kick.
Just asking the right questions right now, knocking the ball from side to side, making sure that you're doing it in a way that you're opening up spaces that you want to take advantage of.
And goal kick for Aquino. The Carolina Ascent online merch store is live. Stock up for our next match on scarves, t-shirts, hats, personalized jerseys, and more. To shop, visit carolinaascent.net. myshopify.com.
And Natalie, I think defensively, Philip Poole has to be pleased with his team's response to that one breakdown where DC Power were able to climb the field. Good ball through again.
Absolutely. Carolina Ascent taking all the chances that they can.
But here in 13 minutes, we've already seen the strong connection between Audrey Harding and Jill Aguilera, the ability to know each other, where they want the ball, the runs that they're creating. Heavy involvement there along that left flank.
You can't get goals if you don't take shots. I like that you mentioned that chemistry starting to brew for Carolina Ascent.
Jill Aguilera, a player that does it on both sides of the ball, obviously winning duels, Defensive Player of the Year, and then offensively, the ability to play make, the ability for that final decision, that final action, that quality.
Harding, and that will be deflected off Power FC for the goal. You don't see that every day, Eric.
But it's a terrific way to make things happen. Audrey Harding driving at that byline, and when you drive at that byline, you make opponents have to drop in their box. They have to put numbers in and around the 6. Again, good ball in here. Jill Aguilera finds her partner in the width. Audrey Harding this drive, and then Mackenzie George with the touch. Always bound for goal. Again, the tempo and the composure this group is playing with to start this match has been quality, and one that have found them earning the first goal of the night.
Yeah, a little bit of a tussle there up in front of the net. Carolina Ascent gets on the scoreboard. This Carolina Ascent FC goal is brought to you by Food Lion. Score to give more.
And Mackenzie George coming off a 2-goal performance last match against Sporting Jacksonville. One of those goals, the assist came from Audrey Harding as well. So a connection that definitely going to pay dividends now and moving forward. Good pressure.
Carolina Ascent just going for more. Another goal. Back-to-back Carolina Ascent goals. They have all the momentum here early. Lots to celebrate about if you are the Carolina Ascent.
And turning defense into offense for Carolina Ascent. The pressure is getting to DC Power there in the build, but then the willingness from this front line to just continue to stretch the back line, stretch the defenders, occupy them, make them have to think about you. And then Maddie Mercado absolutely tees this up. Left-footed from distance, adds precision to it. And what a start for Philip Poole and his group.
Yeah, back-to-back Carolina Ascent goals. Harding, Mercado teaming up here. This Carolina Ascent FC goal is brought to you by Food Lion. Score to give more. Wow, what a fast start.
But that's also why the defensive portion of the game is so important and is so structured to the identity of this group. Because when you can parlay that defensive posture into attacking moments, I mean, we've seen in just a few moments this game go from 0-0 to 2-0 because of the ability to climb in the right moments, the decision-making off the ball to go press, reading those cues. And obviously doesn't hurt that you get a terrific strike for Maddie Mercado from outside the 18.
Yeah, pretty incredible. Such a fast starting game here. You don't always see this back-to-back, especially that second goal. Things got tied up in front of the net, but hey, it got knocked in.
And that uptick offensively that we spoke about in the open for Carolina Ascent continues. I mean, they have 9 goals coming into the match. Now they have 11 with the 2 goals tonight. And if you can continue to work towards that balance in the defensive box, and I will always say, and coaches mention it week to week, both sides of the ball is collective. You attack collectively. We've seen it in the shape that Carolina Ascent have displayed on the ball, the ability for Aguilera to climb the field, Moxley to climb the field, the interchangeability. But then defensively, same thing. That front line spearheads the press. They make sure that those channels are very narrow to play into. And then that also gives the opportunity for that midfield, that back line, to jump some of those passes. And we've seen that already 19 minutes in.
So Eric, I want you to put your coaching hat on. If you are Omid Namazi, what are you saying to your club right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think finding a bit more success in that direct ball. I think if you can start to open this field up just a bit, and I don't mean just kick it long and hope for the best. I mean purposefully playing long passes. As you see another turnover.
Wow. Such a quick time span between both goals as well. Just over a minute.
Yeah, when you're in rhythm, especially off the ball, I mean, it has the ability to turn a match on its head really quickly, but you got to be careful here.
Now, Power FC is fighting back, getting into a little tussle there with Carolina Ascent, but nothing's called. Food Lion is the official grocer partner of the Carolina Ascent FC. Food Lion is proud to support the Charlotte community as the official grocer of the Ascent. Your local Food Lion is here to help you get food on the table fast with ready-to-eat meals and shopping made easy with Food Lion to go. Food Lion, here for every moment thanks to their SCORE Give to More program. 6,000 meals have been donated in the Ascent's second season to Second Harvest Food Bank of Metrolina.
And going back to your question about DC Power, when you can add that hint of a long ball or that direct play, you start to open an opponent up a bit, because when you know that your opponent's going to play some of these short passes to break lines and the combination right in front of you, you're able to squeeze space a bit more. You're able to play a bit tighter on your opponent, but when you know that there's that spell where they can go long or play it over the top, play behind the space given, you do have to start backing up. You do have to start respecting some of that space. And that's where I think DC Power, you don't have to go to it all the time, but can you start to sprinkle it in here and there and find moments where you can hit Carolina Ascent, whether it's in transition or just get that striker playing in between those two center backs.
And if you're just joining us here, the score 2-0, Carolina Ascent leading after quick goals from Mackenzie George, who has just been on fire lately. She scored 2 goals off the bench in that Jacksonville matchup. And then Maddie Mercado, who has just been consistent throughout this season.
I was going to say, if you're just joining us or if you just stepped away for a few minutes,
right.
The scoreline changed quite significantly. And again, both goals predicated off winning the ball higher up the field. I mean, both of them, I think Carolina Ascent wanted about 45, 50 yards away from goal. But that's also complemented with decisive actions, what ball you play next. And that's where they've executed a high level.
Good defense by Gilbert from Power FC.
And that'll be a corner kick for Carolina Ascent, brought to you by Nucor.
The corner kick is brought to you by Nucor.
Taking the corner kick for
Emily
Carolina,
Moxley there on the top of your
Emily
screen.
Moxley.
She was with the Orlando Pride earlier last year before coming to the Carolina Ascent. She is a Cary, North Carolina native, so playing in her home state.
And this is where DC Power has to be careful. They have to walk that fine line between needing to cut into this lead, but also not conceding another goal.
Ooh, strong header.
That's
Goes
a goal kick. DC
way
Power.
over the goal. And that'll be a goal kick here. Have to love the heart and the hustle that you're seeing. Everyone having fun. It's Saturday night. No better way to spend it.
And high quality soccer, and seeing their home team play with that confidence and that willingness to flood those areas in the box, and a terrific job of asking a variety of questions of DC Power, both on and off the ball.
Now at our new official team store or online at carolinaascent.myshopify.com. And make sure to scan that QR code that's on the video board and check out all the options on sale.
These are some of the early chances, and the combination of Audrey Harding and Jill Aguilera has been on full display here early in the first half. The combination, the awareness, the quality that you see, and the timing. But then here's when you start to see the defensive actions turn into offensive opportunity. Winning the duel at midfield, the drive into the attacking third, and that was the one that Maddie Mercado put just wide of Aquino.
We knew Mercado was due for a goal after all these shots she's taken and the chances that she's had, so it was only brewing there for a while.
And tremendous awareness. I mean, got her head up, recognized what her teammates were doing off the ball, the spaces that defenders were occupying, and saw that thin channel to take a shot from distance. And needed all the pace and precision that she put on it. And that's what you want to see out of an attacking player like Maddie Mercado. Missed a couple opportunities in the last match against Sporting Jacksonville, but high-class goal scorers turn the page. They know that their chance creation is going to be there. They know they're going to see another opportunity. Now it's about converting that opportunity.
And if you're Power FC, who are you leaning on at this point in the match? As Carolina Ascent is inching closer to the goal, Mackenzie George got a little bit of trouble there.
Yeah, I think Gianna Gorley is one of them. I think that's a player that you lean on to get on the ball, but I think the player that just passed the ball back, Colton, is another player that can you get her faced up, going at players, moving defenders. We have not seen a lot of opportunities for DC Power to go at Carolina Ascent in some of those turnover moments where defensively you regain possession. We saw it once, but again, Carolina Ascent did have good numbers in rest defense and the ability to get back on the ball and challenge in those moments. And I think that's another area that Philip Poole and his group are going to be pleased with. On the ball, they have been quality, but they've also put themselves in a position where if they do turn the ball over, they're in proper position and proper recognition to slow that first action down and then get themselves back in the play in that second and third.
DC offside, free kick, Carolina Ascent.
It's not too late to ride the wave. Season tickets are still available for Carolina Ascent FC. Be a part of the action all season long with the best price per match, priority access, and insider perks. Visit carolinaascent.com/season tickets and secure your seat today. Aguilera here. That one will get caught up with Power FC. Aguilera was the Gamebridge Super League Defender of the Year. We mentioned that this Carolina Ascent team prides themselves on their hard defending. She was a huge part of that. Carolina sent up 2-0. Porter in trouble. That ball pops loose, and there's Gorley. Don't want to get her going. We talked about her pregame. One of our key players for Power FC that we highlighted in the Open. Leads the team in goals, shots on goal.
This is going to be the area for DC Power that they want to continue to fine tune, is their ability to play out of pressure. I mean, spoke about it early this week. Whether it's rushing decisions or being able to find the right space, it's connecting passes in the right moments that release that pressure, but also not only just release the pressure, but put you in an area that you can then go generate an offensive opportunity. And we've only seen one or two of those moments thus far from DC Power.
Yes, turning that defense into offense. Saw a player down there in the corner, but it looks like we're up and running, so all is good there. Gorley with the ball, weaving in and out of the Carolina Ascent traffic. Power FC fighting for a goal here to get on the board. Shot taken. Ooh, that was a dangerous play as it popped out of the hands of McClelland.
And this is a prime example of what can get DC Power back in this match. Sustained spells of possession, sustained spells of moments where you can get your team up the field, put numbers in and around the box, then you get the delivery right in that area that puts a goalkeeper in that situation where you know you're going to have to come out and get it, but you also know that you're going to have to fight through some traffic or at least field some contact.
Yeah, the goalkeeper, the eyes of the entire field, a lot falls on their shoulders. So on occasion, the ball will pop out and cause some confusion.
Yeah, there is so much going on around you. You're trying to account for far post, you're trying to account for incoming runners, and then obviously trying to make a play on the ball, which is the most important.
Good slide to try and save that ball by Sydney Studer.
That's another offside. DC Power free kick, Carolina Ascent.
McClelland with the goal kick. Bedoya with the ball here. But Carolina Ascent will take charge of that one, putting her in a bind down the line. Sydney Studer. She'll find Aguilera down the line. Can Carolina Ascent notch in another one? Mia Corbin But Power FC was all over that one.
That commitment from Carolina Ascent to get to that end line and drive DC Power deep, put them in prime position to pick up second ball opportunities. Good ball in again. So you see total passes, obviously it's an ever-changing number, but 123, they're very close to equal, but you could see passes in the opposition half. I mean, 90 for Carolina Ascent, only 28 for DC Power. So it really does showcase where a lot of the possession and the passes for DC Power are right now. It's in their defensive half, and that goes twofold. The defensive structure for Carolina Ascent right now.
Yes.
And then the ability for DC Power to problem solve into that second phase of attack. And that second phase is where they have been so threatening in the past matches. So something that they're gonna want to build off of.
And here's Bedoya. But that pass will be blocked by Carolina Ascent. Good effort there from Power FC. Gorley in the top corner of your screen. Nice effort there, but a save by McClelland again.
But the common theme and the common trend in DC Power's attacks is numbers in and around the box. The ability to be composed, match that patience with then the urgency to get in the final third. Saw it with the wide delivery a few moments ago, but then the 1v1 ability of Bagley there along that left side. Won her 1v1 duel, opened up some space.
Yeah, like you said, that effort. Power FC brewing with some chances here. Wide open in front of the net, and it'll roll in. Tremendous play here by Daisia Torbert to get Power FC on the board.
And that's a goal by DC Power.
And again, 1v1 with Bagley out in that wide area. Beats it with the second action, and then she has that quality delivery in for Torbert. You see Gianna Gorley shifting over to the sideline, commanding that attention over, and that is clever movement from Torbert, who still had a lot of work to do to score that goal. Fought for a couple extra touches, and then it's composed on the finish. That is a solid response for DC Power.
Yes, Torbert knows how to make it happen. She had an assist on Loza Ibarra's goal versus Brooklyn. That was when they last played about 2 weeks ago. They had a little bit of a break from then until now.
And what we've seen from Torbert is the ability to recognize what kind of dribble she needs in what moment in the final third. Do you need to extend the dribble? Do you need some bigger touches? Or do you need to keep it close?
And we mentioned that 2-week break. Eric, as a coach, is that a good thing, having a little bit of a layoff? Or
this early in the season, it is a bit tough just because you're starting to get into rhythm, you're starting to get familiarity, especially for a team that values the ball and values building through the phases. That's something that, as much as you can replicate it with limited space in practice or changing up the numbers or the areas you're working in throughout the day, it still becomes difficult until you're challenged in real time to problem solve, to collaborate.
Carolina looking for goal here again. Aguilera kicks it out to Mackenzie George, who already has a goal on the day. Referee spotted something there. Carolina Ascent knocked off by Power FC. But fighting for it back was Mackenzie George, and she gets it. Scaling down the line, but not so fast. Ellie Gilbert shut the door on that right away. Select the official match ball supplier of the Gamebridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
DC Power have really found something in that wide area with Anna Bagley. That first touch, she's done it a number of times thus far. That big ball to open up the field, and quality to just bring it down and put it in an area where she can run onto it, or at least initiate the tempo of the next play.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of NC is the official health insurance provider of the Carolina Ascent FC. Blue Cross NC makes health insurance easy. Discover employer, individual, family, Medicare, and Medicaid plans from Blue Cross NC. Better care starts here. Power FC back with possession. Finding that balance, Eric, of playing aggressively, but also a little bit like a ballerina, so you don't give the ball back to your opponent.
It's always that balance. And obviously we've seen a bit of a shift in momentum. You see DC Power finding a little bit more success with playing through, but Carolina Ascent have to feel like they can continue to generate some of their offensive output with some of the turnovers. But again, this seems to be an issue here along the left side. DC Power's left side, Carolina Ascent's right side. The ability to push DC Power away from that side and not give them that space. Anna Bagley has been very lively.
If you're just joining us here, Carolina Ascent leading 2 to DC Power FC 1, a very fast-scoring game. We had goals from Mackenzie George and Maddie Mercado for the Carolina Ascent, and for Power FC, Deja Torbert. An impressive fast start for Carolina Ascent, looking for their first win of the season. Fired pretty quickly here at home. And the look to keep it going here, Riley Baisden.
We spoke about it just a few moments ago, finding that balance, and that's what you're seeing along Carolina Ascent's right side. The interchange, the ability to climb when the other field drops. Riley Baisden, she's not on the score sheet thus far in the first half, but she's been active. She's been willing and committed to making some of those runs that drag defenders away, and almost rewarded with that one into space.
Great defense by Power FC. But the whistle blows as Bedoya gets tripped up, and there's a yellow card there. A yellow card has been issued.
An Apollo Law yellow card has been shown to number 7, Jill Aguilera.
The yellow card is presented by Apollo Law. And that is on Jill Aguilera. What did you see there, Eric?
And a player that sees heavy involvement on both sides of the ball and puts herself in situations, whether it's on the ball or off the ball, where duels are really important. I think it's more about the action that was coming from DC Power and not necessarily the foul itself. It was more about what you minimized and what you negated from the DC Power side of it. They looked like they were going to break. It looks like they did have numbers going forward.
I hate to see that happen to a player who's had such a big spark in this match so far. Time flies when you're having fun. It's hard to believe we're coming down here to the half. A high-scoring game and a fast-scoring game will certainly make things interesting.
It has, and it's opened up. DC Power has found that mix between playing from the back to the midfield, but also skipping lines and finding some of that play. We've seen Anna Bagley climb the field in a lot of moments. We've seen Torbert's involvement grow throughout this first half.
A lot of first half takeaways in this one.
And just like DC Power was asked to respond after conceding 2 goals, it would be the same for Carolina Ascent. Disappointed that you gave up a first half goal, and obviously in the way that you did with like DC Power, it took 2 to 3 passes in to get in behind and create that Torbert opportunity. But still have to be overall pleased with some of the chances that you're creating on the press and in the turnovers that you are generating and creating up the field.
That's a foul on DC. Free kick, Carolina.
This
The
half
fourth
stoppage
official
time
has
is presented by
indicated a
Blue Cross
minimum
Blue
of 2
Shield
minutes
of North
of
Carolina.
stoppage time. 2
And this is a
minutes
free
stoppage
kick
time
for
presented by Blue Cross
Carolina
North Carolina.
Ascent. Aguilera to Harding. And that one will go out.
And that'll be another new corner kick for Carolina Ascent.
And that'll be a new corner kick for Carolina Ascent. Emily Moxley playing in front of her home crowd, North Carolina native. Ooh, impressive there. Power FC with the header. But good follow-up from the Ascent there.
Starts with quality delivery, putting it in an area that obviously you don't make first contact, but when you have good structure and good layers to the numbers around the 6-yard box, you're going to put yourself in a position where you can pick up that second or third ball.
Of course, with the way that shot was taken, very hard to actually see the goal because it was behind her. Very impressive effort. Badaya. And that'll do it, Eric. Time flies when you're having fun. Here we are at the half. Carolina Ascent leading 2-1 with goals from Mackenzie George, Maddie Mercado, and Power FC fires back with Deja Torbert scoring a goal.
And it's going to be a fascinating 45 minutes. What are both these coaching staffs going to the break? What adjustments do they make? What are they seeing from the match? I mean, at 2-0, it seemed like Carolina Ascent really controlled the momentum, and then now DC Power pulls themselves right back in.
Mackenzie George joining us now. Mackenzie, you scored 2 goals off the bench against Sporting Jacks, and here you're the first one to score in this one to get Carolina Ascent on the board. What has clicked for you so fast?
I feel like getting the confidence of having 1 goal go in really helps get them rolling a little bit, and I honestly can't take credit for that last goal. That was all Audrey. She put in the work, and I was just there to tap in. So, yeah, a little bit of confidence from the last game, but also just like my teammates.
Mackenzie, congrats on opening the scoring. It seems like a lot of your attack is generated off really good defensive plays. What are you seeing from this group defensively?
Yeah, that's kind of what we pride ourselves on. We kind of try to get our attack from our defensive structure. So, I mean, we came out with a plan today. We've executed it pretty well. I mean, I think we started to slow down a little bit there, but we're going to get it back and give it all we have in the second half.
Mackenzie, thank you for joining us, and best of luck in the rest of the match.
Thank you so much.
All right. Carolina Ascent leading this one 2-1 over Power FC. We'll be back with more after this.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
My husband takes his watch party grilling duties very seriously. Every sport, every season. And because we always find good deals at Food Lion, no one ever leaves hungry. I even got him his own signature touch.
Okay, I'll eat around it.
Here with fresh food that's always affordable. Food Lion, here for every moment.
What does a better tomorrow look like? More people enjoy safer, more comfortable indoor spaces, clean water, clean air, healthy food, and a healthier planet. That's what Train Technologies believes tomorrow should look like. So we put people and the planet first. Today, we take bold action. So tomorrow, there's a better world. For everyone.
Tonight's halftime is brought to you by UNC Charlotte. Fans are loving this score. Carolina Ascent leading 2-1 over Power FC. And there's no place like home. We'll have the news and notes coming up here. Player of the Month, Ashlyn Puerta, was named Player of the Month September 1st after that first half hat trick so impressive, earning the win over Carolina.
And Natalie did it in a really 21-minute span against Carolina and needed all 3 of her goals because that match ended 4-3. Talk about goals. Lexington, that 6-1 win over Dallas Trinity. 6 goals, but 4 different goal scorers, so good balance from Lexington.
Absolutely all-around effort, and Sporting Jacks is the first recipient of a new mini pitch through a community impact initiative with Gamebridge.
And Sporting Jacksonville continues, along with all the clubs in the Gamebridge Super League, investing in the community, investing in different areas that they could enhance. And great to see from Sporting Jacks. Mini pitch. It's going to be such a fun area for the community.
Absolutely, and huge for the league as well. We'll take a look at some out-of-town scores. Brooklyn and Sporting Jacks in the second half. It's currently 3-2, Brooklyn leading. We've got a 0-0 score for the Tampa Bay Sun and Fort Lauderdale.
And that'll be an intriguing matchup to continue to follow. Tampa Bay Sun and Fort Lauderdale United, a rematch of the final last season.
Absolutely, and standings are always on the line, and especially in this one. Taking a look at the Gamebridge Super League standings, Fort Lauderdale United at the top. And a big game for us, Carolina Ascent and Power FC fighting for the standing presence.
And it's still early, but you begin to recognize the themes, the trends that you need to fine-tune, and really this time of the year is set to catapult what this side looks like the rest of the season. So all these teams, whether you're towards the top of the standings, towards the bottom, you are working towards finding that clear identity and that ability to structure it and be consistent with it throughout.
Yes, every week matters, every win matters. We will have more coming up on the other side of the break. Stay with us on Peacock. Tonight's halftime is brought to you by UNC Charlotte. Let's take a look at those first half highlights. Tonight's halftime highlights are brought to you by Nucor.
And a lot of generated opportunities from Carolina Ascent. The ability to use various spaces of the field, work the ball side to side. This delivery from Audrey Harding, the drive to the end line, and then players like Mackenzie George, Maddie Mercado, Riley Bazin, you know they're going to flood the box, and they're going to flood it in areas where they find those soft pockets of space to operate in. Mackenzie George opens the scoring, and we saw hints of it early in the match, but defensive structure for Carolina Ascent opening up what they were able to do offensively. The first initial shot by Mackenzie George blocked, but they just continued to stretch this back line and occupy and sit at top of the 18, and it leaves this space. Now, it's a special finish, but it leaves just the slightest bit of space for Maddie Mercado to tee it up, left-footed there from distance. Now, like I said, superb finish. That makes it 2-0, and DC Power was left to problem solve and figure out how to break through the defensive structure of Carolina Ascent, and they did just that, and Anna Bagley was a big part of it. The ability to get on it first touch, be decisive with the first touch, manipulate the space. Obviously a fortunate touch there for Torbert into space, but she still has a lot to do to put this one away and cuts into the lead at 2-1.
This has certainly been an exciting one. Tonight's halftime stats are brought to you by Nucor. What jumps out to you on this stats page, Eric?
I think obviously the possession, we figured that would be the number, but for DC Power, efficiency. I mean, 3 shots on target. Obviously only one is converted to goal, but when you're in this kind of battle in possession and trying to break them down, you need to be efficient in your moments.
Absolutely. Second half is brewing on the other side of this break. Stay with us. The Gamebridge Super League on Peacock. We'll be right back.
And Grace, happy birthday to all of you, and thank you for spending your special day with us here at the base camp. Happy birthday from all of us at Carolina Ascent.
And we're back here in Charlotte. This has been a good one. Natalie Calvert-Witten alongside Eric Dubransky. And Eric, what has jumped out to you in this first half? Obviously a fast-scoring game.
Yeah, I thought both teams handled the ebbs and flows that were presented to them fairly well. I think Carolina Ascent, they're going to look at the goal conceded. They're going to be frustrated with that goal because they still feel like they should be up 2-0. But how do they move on? And I thought after that goal, they got back to what they were finding success with. Pressing, turning DC Power over in some moments where they were able to generate some good opportunities going to goal. And for DC Power, credit to them. They found the sustainability, good pressure from Ibarra.
Yeah, Carolina always wants to dominate possessions, and I thought that they displayed that nicely in the first half.
You know, I thought they did it in a way that allowed those numbers to climb the field, put themselves in those numerical advantages out in the wide areas. We saw a lot of success along that left side with Aguilera and Audrey Harding.
For the DC Power FC, they have substituted. Ooh, big save there in the meantime. But the follow-up was deflected. Great effort right out of the gate for Power FC.
And Ibarra making her presence known from the jump. I mean, the ability to sit on this back line, make them be aware of her presence up top, and then you leave that space, that pocket of space right beneath you, and is that the operating space for Gianna Gorley here in the second half?
Some substitutions for Power FC in the second half. For number 30, Loze Ganore for Jocelyn Gilbert. And Deja Torber is out. Madison Morton is in. Some substitutions here early in the second half. Power FC looking to make moves here. They had a little bit of momentum there at the end of the second half, securing a goal before the half.
And I know we see Gilbert come off, but the momentum started to shift with the playmaking ability of the two center backs. Now you bring in a player like Madison Mernon, same top qualities, the ability to see the whole field, the ability to stretch the field with that passing range. So you continue in that theme, and right now they are playing through the thirds.
Gianna Gorley here, trying to sneak one in, but that one won't go to the right side of the net.
And again, decisive movement, but also that ball popping off their foot, the ability to unlock spaces, and you see Gianna Gorley putting it on her right foot. It's that deflection in early corner to start the second half.
Newcore corner kick. With the header for the goal, Madison Mernon. She just came into the game.
And that's a goal for DC Power.
Goal for DC Power FC, Madison Mernon, to tie it up at 2 apiece.
And the way you want to start any half, and when you have an outswinging ball like this, a delivery, you just have to worry about appropriate contact because you have the pace coming back to you. So now your task is to guide it on frame, get a quick peek at where the goalkeeper is, guide it on frame, test them from side to side. What an opening goal to start this second half and first goal of the season for Madison Mernon.
Amazing. Comes in and executes almost immediately for Power FC to tie things up and make it more interesting here in Charlotte. Just looking back at the scoring summary, Mackenzie George and Maddie Mercado got things going for Carolina Ascent. Then Deja Torbert with a goal for Power FC. And then Madison Murnan joins the party to tie things up here as we are now in the 50th minute. So if you're coach Omid Namazi, you must be very thrilled with how things have gotten started here in the second half for Power FC.
You have to be thrilled. I agree. You also have to be thrilled that you're growing off of some of the momentum that you did build in that first half. You didn't necessarily put it to the side and attack those strengths. You took those moments. You realized there was more moments there to stack, and they're playing with sustained tempo. They're recognizing when they have to play quick, what their positioning is asking for. Are they facing goal? Are they facing back to goal? Who's around them? And you're seeing that decisiveness, you're seeing that decision making, the actions and the execution follow.
Gorley kicks this one to the side to Bedoya.
That delivery from Colton on the corner kick. Put it right in the traffic.
Just beautiful placement. Tees her up perfectly. And that shot will bounce off a Power FC player.
And what's dangerous in this matchup is we have not seen a lot of involvement from Mia Corbin. And Mia Corbin for Carolina Ascent is so prolific in the playmaking ability, the clinical nature in and around goal. Obviously that dual role to disrupt play centrally, but also then initiate what's to come. And I think that's an area where maybe as attention and focus continues to be on Maddie Mercado, Mackenzie George, because they are the goal scorers, Mia Corbin can find some of that space. Mia Corbin's going to continue to be one of those figures that opponents are going to want to minimize the threat, minimize her involvement.
Yeah, Mia Corbin looking to have a breakout game. So we'll keep our eyes peeled on number 9 for Carolina Ascent. And the Gamebridge Super League season is in full swing. Visit GamebridgeSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, and insight into all things Gamebridge Super League. We have certainly seen a good one here in Charlotte at American Legion Stadium. Weaving through traffic here.
I mean, DC Power are playing with this tempo, this pace, this urgency that we just did not see a lot of in the first 45. Movement off the ball, the passes.
Yes, we're seeing that momentum here shifting now.
And now we're seeing DC Power be able to find their shape.
Slowly in the back of the second half, in the first half, we started to see that momentum, but Coach Namazi telling us he wants to see that total 90 minutes. So at least they're turning the heat on a little bit more in the second half. You know, things got going. We talked about how they had a 2-week break in between games. This early in the season, you want that momentum going. But that one goes to the side.
And that's another goal kick, Carolina Ascent.
Carolina Ascent FC is back home this Saturday, October 4th at 7 p.m. for a Soccer City showdown. First 1,000 fans through the gate get a custom Carolina Ascent cowboy hat plus limited edition cowbells to bring the noise. Whether you're coming with a group or flying solo, lock in your seats now at carolinaascent.com/tickets for the best prices and best views.
And 56 minutes into their return for DC Power from that 2-week layoff, and obviously layoff because you're still training, you're still fine-tuning a lot of the areas that you've seen already here early in the season. But you have to feel like they've grown into this match appropriately. They've built through. Now, obviously, you talked about a complete 90 minutes for both these teams, and that's what they were seeking. I think both these coaches are going to look at it and not feel that way right now. Obviously, there's still a result in the balance.
Gorley charging for the net. She'll take a shot, but that's way left.
And that'll be a corner kick for DC Power. Brought to you by
These are the situations we're seeing more and more of. Abera occupying the two center backs, working in between, but obviously all the attention is on Gianna Gorley. Drives into the 18-yard box, that deflection, earns the corner.
This corner kick is brought to you by Nucor. Emily Colton for the corner kick. She's played every minute this year, scored the first goal in a 2-2 tie with Spokane. And that was back on August 30th. Missed shot there. Emily Colton will kick it in, but that one was just missed by Madison Mernon. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there, Eric.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate on the start of the free kick. This ball goes underneath the foot of Anna Bagley, who has been fantastic tonight. And then Carolina Ascent clearing their box, but when you do clear your box, you tend to lean towards making sure the central spaces are occupied. And good defensive play by Anna Bagley. I also feel like what's been on full display tonight is not only high quality soccer, but how delicate games can be. I mean, you see Carolina Ascent open up the game with two goals in about a minute and a half span.
Ooh, Emily Moxley takes a shot, but that'll be saved by Aquino. And we have some substitutions for Carolina.
And we see DC Power cut into the lead before the break, and then now have opened up this second half and have been highly effective.
And we have substitutions for
Now here are the substitutions. Number 23, Riley Parker is in. Riley Baisden, number 10, is out. Number 2, Brianna Martinez is in. And number 8, Emily Moxley is out. Just looking at those substitutions, Brianna Martinez has started the last 2 games at right back. Number 2 for Carolina. And number 23, Riley Parker, the Dallas, Texas native, came over from Tampa Bay Sun mid-season last year. Ooh, that could have been a crucial moment there as number 5, Jenna Butler, got tripped up. Power FC takes advantage of that moment. Power FC driving towards the net, but the referee blows their whistle. What did you see there, Eric?
Yeah, good drive from Bedoya. The involvement, the run, exploding into space, just taking that touch in an area where you are going to incur contact. And obviously, Jill Aguilera does a terrific job of putting herself between the ball and the attacking player, earns the foul there.
Caught up in the middle there. And it's anyone's ball. But Riley Parker would get that one. But then it's back in the hands of Power FC, who has taken charge.
And what's sputtered out just a bit for Carolina Ascent is their decision-making with that first initial pass, and then sometimes the follow-up pass, because in the first half we saw a lot of the times where they regained possession, but that first pass, it either retained possession or it was progressive, it was forward, it challenged DC Power, and obviously in an area that was available. Right now, their ability to get back on the ball, but ability to be quality and execute what that next decision is when you get back on the ball. Are you going to play it backwards so you can reset, you can get in shape? Where are you on the field? Where are the numbers? Where's the space? And that goes to credit to DC Power, their ability defensively to occupy those areas, make it difficult and challenge Carolina Ascent to find that rhythm, find that tempo that they were playing with in that first 45.
Mackenzie George playing with a lot of aggression. Great footwork. You can tell things are really heating up between these 2 teams. I don't think they want to end in a draw. There's Mia Corbin. Ooh, right in front of the goal. But Aquino dives in for the save. Huge play right there.
And that is prime example of what you have when you have Mia Corbin faced up, going to goal. Playmaker, she makes a decision to thread that ball centrally. Almost finds the running Maddie Mercado.
Here we are again. Driving to the net was Mackenzie George. But she gets tripped up. Another chance there, Eric.
And I would say what I said in the first half for DC Power, the ability to sprinkle in some of these direct balls over the top, those longer passes. You have the ability of Mackenzie George to get in behind, and you saw just that. That final touch did just get away far enough where Aquino could step off her line, force Mackenzie George into that touch.
And that'll be another Nucor corner kick.
We'll have a Nucor corner kick for the Carolina Ascent, and that will be Brianna Martinez. She was a part of the Orlando's 2024 NWSL title team. Originally from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and played for Notre Dame. That shot will be deflected out.
And that's a goal kick. DC
Stay up to date with the Gamebridge Super League. Sign up for the Super League newsletter. Get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox weekly. Sign up at GamebridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter. As broadcasters, it's great to have that newsletter. Always get information from all around the league. As we're fighting to the finish there. A little bit of a collision.
Foul, DC Power, free kick.
But that foul will go on the DC Power.
And this will be a matchup we'll take a look at for the rest of this second half. Abera has been active. The ability to operate in various channels, work off of the runners, clear understanding of where the ball is and how they want to get her in certain areas, 30 yards and in. Good sliding intervention there by Martinez and earning the free kick.
Taylor Porter boots that one long.
And that'll be a goal kick.
And that'll be a goal kick for Aquino. She was called up to the Australian national team and was part of that club for 2 years. Lots of international experience on this field. Trying to weave through traffic here, passing in lane, but that ball will fall out of bounds. We talked about it in the first half, seeing a little bit of that chemistry between Aguilera and Harding.
And you can see DC Power has purposefully tried to minimize some of those moments that truly did expose them in the first 45 minutes. They saw a lot of action along that left side for Carolina Ascent offensively. They've managed that area of the field. The way this game is trending, and you mentioned it a moment ago, I think both these teams are out there to find the game winner.
Yes.
But the way this game is trending, it almost feels like who's going to capture, whoever captures momentum in that last 10 to 15 minutes is going to go ahead and push for that game winner, because we have seen this game shift from team to team.
A lot of shots taken, a lot of chances.
And to your point with the chances, I mean, every possession you see from DC Power and Carolina Ascent, the commitment to get numbers 45 yards and in. I mean, the patience that it takes in the build, but also the decision-making it takes in those moments.
Novant Health is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Carolina Ascent FC. With same and next day sick visits, Novant Health provides care when and where you need it. Schedule online at novanthealth.org. So Eric, we're here at the 70th minute now, tied at 2. So what, putting your coaching hat on, what do you need to see from the Carolina Ascent, and what do you need to see from the Power FC if one of these ball clubs would like to get a win?
Yeah, I think for Carolina Ascent, continue to stay switched on defensively. We saw it a lot in the first half. Defensive actions turning into offensive opportunities. And for DC Power, pick the moment. I mean, right now you're back on the ball like you like to be. Can you pick that moment where you do have the numbers and you have the opportunity to go at goal? Good awareness there by Carolina Ascent. When you go short and you know that next play wants to go back to the corner kick taker, you clear the lines, you get out of your box, and you don't have to deal with a service because you forced your team off, the opponent offside.
Yes. Picking up speed here. That one will go out.
We do start to see a lot of space becoming available between, for both these teams, between their center backs in that midfield. Does that then provide an opportunity where either of these teams can play that direct ball in up high and then it drops back in for that second wave where you can get Taylor Porter on the ball. Obviously, Maddie Mercado's been there centrally, Mia Corbin, and same thing for DC Power. That Emily Colton's delivery, obviously on the corner, was fantastic, but can you get that involvement going forward?
Little collision here between Maddie Mercado and number 20, Madison Mernon. You hope they're both okay. Mernon grabbing her ankle. Take another look at that, Eric.
Ball played into that space. Obviously, Mernon right on the back of Maddie Mercado. Just clipping at the heels.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
The next chapter of the Carolina Ascent FC is here. It's time to start planning that group outing, whether it's a birthday party, a team outing, or a corporate event. There's a group package that fits your need. You can scan the QR code on the video board or visit carolinaascent.com/groups to start planning with the only professional women's soccer team in the Charlotte region. And fans, make sure to stick around after the game for post-game autographs, as your favorite Carolina Ascent players will go around the rail to sign those autographs.
Both these teams preparing for
autographs brought to you by Novant Health.
this last 15-minute dash. See who can grasp momentum.
Sprint to the finish line here. We have a substitution. Number 17, Alyssa Walker, is in for number 4, Maddie Mercado, for the Carolina Ascent. Alyssa Walker played in NWSL for the Portland Thorns. She also has experience in Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. Just touching on that international experience that we talked a little bit about earlier, a lot of these players sporting that on this field today.
And we see it in the matchups. I mean, the quality, and that's where you see the ebbs and flows of a matchup. I mean, a team can go up 2-0, and you can feel like carrying all the momentum, but you know that you're going to get teams that are going to figure out a moment here and there. How can they fine-tune, whether it's their press, whether it's their offensive proximity, their ability to play out of pressure, composure. You're going to get answers.
Ooh, really good footwork there for Harding getting around that defender.
And you can see Murnan immediately blocking any sort of entry pass, forcing Harding to go backwards.
Clears it out for the throw. Abera in trouble, finds her way out of it. Power FC looking to break this tie here. Oh, shot just taken high.
DC Power had those first two areas, those key areas that you want on services occupied. You just didn't have that far post runner, that late entry.
Abera made a lot of noise in that last matchup against Sporting Jacks. She is an incredible player.
We see second half shots and second half shots on target. It was 9-3 in favor of Carolina in the first half. And we've seen that shift. Carolina still holds the slight edge in overall shots with 11-10. It just shows where DC Power kind of firing on all cylinders right now.
No whistle blown yet, but we'll take another look at that.
This is where we're starting to see a lot more these 1v1 actions from Bedoya offensively on the ball, taking on her defender. Obviously they're making a case to the center official for a foul.
Yeah, quite the tussle there. A quick little back and forth here. Carolina Ascent FC is a club built by the Carolinas for the Carolinas, with a vision to climb, to soar, to trek upward and reach new heights for the Carolinas both on and off the pitch. From partnerships to single game tickets and group outings, we've got a place for you to empower women's sports across the Carolinas. Join the climb and contact one of our representatives today at carolinaascent.com.
Fans, we are
Right there, DC Power rushed up the field.
This is the warning for the closing of the Beach Club in about 10 minutes. At the 90-minute mark, we will ask
Decisive
all
actions
fans
and
to
actions
please exit
that
the
have
Beach
players
Club.
faced up going to
After the
goal,
90-minute mark, official credentials will be
and then ball
required
played
to
into that
gain
space
access
that puts a
at the
goalkeeper in
Beach Club.
such a
Thank
difficult
you for your
position.
cooperation.
Oh, such a tough collision there.
The
McClelland and
difference is
Martinez.
The difference is momentum. The difference is opportunity, energy, innovation, community, and results.
We hope it's nothing
This
serious.
isn't a typical university. It's Charlotte. Of the 3 top 100 public research universities in North Carolina, only one powers its fastest growing city. The
And this
difference
is how DC
Charlotte.
Power fought themselves back from a 2-0 deficit. Does end up going down as an own goal as it comes off of Studer here at the end. But that pressure from Torbert, unrelenting. And then you kick off the second half, and just a few minutes in, you earn an early corner kick. And then it's the new introduction, the substitute, Madison Mernon, who gets her head on the Emily Colton delivery. That outswinger had all the pace it needed. Madison Mernon up to the task of putting it on frame and putting it in an area that McClelland couldn't get to. And that was the equalizer. Both teams exchanging 2-goal runs. And the 3 draws that Carolina Ascent have on the season are all 2-2.
That's all of them.
Opened up the season at Fort Lauderdale United, 2-2. Hosted Tampa Bay Sun, 2-2. Sporting Jacksonville, 2-2. Obviously have all been different variety of draws in those matchups, as this one is.
That's right. Breaking that 2, right? Getting to that 3rd goal, creating more chances, dominating possessions, going back to their identity with that hardcore defense that they have.
And I definitely think there's moments for Carolina Ascent that they're going to be able to look back on this match and say, hey, if we reward ourselves in this moment, we find the breakthrough here. I mean, yes, they had the 2 goals, but I do think that they did create some other additional opportunities that they could probably say, you turn around, you convert that, and that's what this game has meant. It's fine margins as we see Martinez back on the field and right immediately back on the ball.
Yes, have to create more chances to generate that offense. And the ball goes in to the net. Beautiful goal. Just effortless too. Just as we talked about generating offense for the Carolina Ascent, they've been finishing games with 2-2 draws and getting that 3rd goal. Here it is, beautiful, Martinez.
And what a timely re-entry for Martinez, coming off the sideline and immediately has that space in front of her, demanding the pass. And then this pass into that wide channel. And unfortunately, Aquino is just unable to parry it over the crossbar. And is able to make contact, but pushes it on the crossbar, which brings it back into play.
Talk about right place at right time. That woman right there, Alyssa Walker, in the net just to knock it in for the 3rd goal. Unbelievable. It's like the Carolina Ascent hurt us. This Carolina Ascent FC goal is brought to you by Food Lion. Score to give more.
An Apollo Law yellow card was shown to goalkeeper for DC Power.
And Morgan Aquino
#1.
was issued a yellow card. That yellow card is presented by Apollo Law.
Still plenty of time in this match for DC Power to answer.
Still plenty of time, like you said. Playing to the full 90 minutes is what both of these coaches pressed to us on our calls this week preparing for this broadcast. And what an exciting game. Carolina, if they can just hold on to this and get their first win of the season at home in front of their home fans.
Yeah, and adding to that excitement, you have two teams presented with two different opportunities. DC Power obviously coming off that 2 weeks, that disappointing draw, but created a lot against Brooklyn FC. Do you have enough to find the equalizer here? Good ball in again. Abera putting herself in opportunistic areas. And then for Carolina Ascent, you've now earned the go-ahead goal. Can you lock it down? Can you be detailed in every action defensively and finish this game out, pick up all 3 points?
Wide open here, so close. Anna Bagley there. Almost had a chance in front of a wide open net.
DC Power headed onto the pitch, number 17.
Good early delivery, but when you have Abera there lurking in that area, Anna Bagley recognizes it and then creeps into that far post. That's the variety you want to see from your team delivery-wise. You get deep into the end line, you're able to cross that ball in, but you also value some of those early crosses.
Charlie Escort and number 23, Margie DeTrizo. And leaving the pitch, number 11, Jada Bedoya. And number 21, Katrina Guiu.
We have another substitution, 11 Bedoya out. Guiu is out for DeTrizio, who is in. Estacourt for Bagley are the substitutions.
Margie DeTrizo, DC Power. And we have a correction for the substitution for DC Power.
We have a player down for the Carolina Ascent.
Was number 2, Anna Bagley. Not number 11, Jada Bedoya.
Want to approach these final valuable minutes. Carolina Ascent going on the road for their next 2 matches at Lexington, at Brooklyn FC. Well, actually next 3, sorry, and at Spokane until they host Fort Lauderdale United on November 8th. DC Power go home hosts Sporting Jacksonville, hosting Spokane, and then at Dallas Trinity, and then at Brooklyn. You see Mia Corbin. It's like a lot of discomfort.
Carolina substitution. Chloe Hilton for Audrey Harding.
And we have substitutions for Carolina Ascent. Number 22, B. Hilton, headed onto the pitch. And number 24, Emily Morris. Leaving the pitch, number 9, Mia Corbin.
And Emily Morris for Mia Corbin.
Audrey Harding. And the fourth official has indicated a minimum of
With 7 minutes of stoppage time. This half stoppage time is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina. Another player down. These women go through so much with their training, with their bodies, the grueling schedule. That's Cummings. Looks like she's holding on to her lower back. Eric, you know that firsthand as a coach. This sport is amazing and it does amazing things, but it is very hard on your body.
Yeah, the physicality in matches. And it's, I know we've used the word balance quite a bit through this match, and that's another piece of it, balancing the physicality that you're going to see per match, but also that rest recovery, that ability to be available match to match. And anytime throughout a season, you just hope that it's not long-term injuries that some of these players, the players in general, pick up. Hope that they're able to have a healthy season and see that availability flourish throughout the fall and the spring, as we see Mackenzie George now sprinting to the corner, obviously trying to see valuable time come off the clock, earning a deep throw in.
Yeah, you have to love her aggression and her heart. She is such a passionate player. And I loved what she said when we asked her about the goals she scored in the first half. She said, I got to give the credit to Harding. She set it up. That is a selfless player.
Yeah, that drive there by Audrey Harding on the opening goal. Whenever you can get to that end line, all that attention, especially in the area that Audrey Harding was able to get into, because you put yourself in a position where you can either take the shot yourself or pass it along. Obviously, it did in the end up be a tight angle, but movement, the run from Mackenzie George. Good ball in to Parker.
Aguilera here to toss it in.
This is for DC Power. I know you see valuable time come off the clock, but for them, they're looking for more quality in terms of just find one good opportunity in front of goal, generate that one chance, obviously be clinical in that chance, but you don't need the quantity right now. You don't need to create. I mean, obviously, if you can generate 4 or 5 shots, that's fantastic, but with the time remaining, you do want to have that urgency with within where you're going and trying to equalize here, but again, you're just looking for that one chance, and a chance that provides you maybe a couple looks at it where you do maybe get an initial shot, but you do have players in position where you could pick up a second ball, you could pick up a third wave attack.
You know, both teams playing with a sense of urgency as time is ticking here at American Legion Stadium. Abera with the ball in the top corner. Abera will knock that ball out of Mackenzie George to keep that in play. We have a DC substitution. Number 9, Caitlin Duong, for number 4, Alexis Theoret. And our new core corner kick another collision has a Carolina Ascent player on the ground.
For DC Power. Number 9, Katie Duong taking the pitch for number 4, Alexis Theoret.
That was a ball for Emily Colton, that in-swinger. The pace and the shape was there. You just needed it about 3 to 4 yards closer to goal. Put your team in a position where they could run onto it. It was a heavy coming together in that aerial duel off that delivery.
It's unfortunate, but towards the end of the game, you're seeing more players have some injuries, and it makes sense because it's a long game. You're playing over 90 minutes. We talked about it, the wear and tear on their bodies. You just hope none of them are serious.
Absolutely, as we see Jill Aguilera back up. She's had heavy involvement throughout the match. Talked about her dual role on the ball, the deliveries, the service, obviously the link-up play. Early on, we saw it between her and Audrey Harding, but just the responsibilities defensively, winning duels, getting into tackles.
Jill Aguilera tosses it in. We'll see if either team has one last punch here.
We're going to see one more direct play from DC Power. See if they have enough time.
Scrambling here. Carolina will kick that away. We talked at the top of the broadcast how important the standings are. 3 points for a win if Carolina can hold on to this one. And it looks like they do it. That'll be your final score. Carolina Ascent gets their first win of the season, 3-2 over Power FC. So 3 points for Carolina Ascent. That's huge.
A massive 3 points and massive momentum. And I think from the trajectory of not necessarily getting the complete performance they were looking for, but getting the result they needed.
Absolutely. A lot of production. Alyssa Walker is our player of the match. She scored that last goal for Carolina Ascent and had huge production.
And it's what you ask of players that come in off the bench. Go change the game. Use those characteristics, those qualities to go score a goal or influence a goal being scored, and that's exactly what she did.
And we're back. Carolina Ascent FC earns their first win of the season, 3-2 over DC Power FC. And joining us now to talk about it is Alyssa Walker. Alyssa, you came in late off the bench. Take us through that goal. Right place at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, part of being a 9 is just making sure you crash the box, making sure you're in the right area at the right time, and when you have wingers that work their butts off to get in and get crosses in and get down to the line, it makes it easy. I just got to be there. I just got to stand there and redirect whatever they got coming in.
Alyssa, congrats on the goal and the 3 points. Can you talk about the resiliency of this group? Obviously going up 2 goals early in this match, conceding 2, back to level, but the resiliency and the confidence to go ahead and find that 3rd goal.
Yeah, you know, obviously it's been a rough start, like for us. I think connecting in the right areas and things like that. And we've just like really come together as a team. We have a really like deep bench, a lot of competition on the team, and we're just trying to make things click with all the talent that we have. And so Coach always says it's a little bit of an arm wrestle, and we've been doing that for the past few games, and knowing that it's going to click, it's going to come, and it's coming. I mean, the next thing is concede less, and we've been really working hard on making it match both sides of the field. We got a really great team.
Congratulations, Alyssa Walker. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Love what she said. The success trickling down for the Carolina Ascent. Take a look at those highlights. Tonight's match highlights are presented by Nucor.
And something that we saw a lot in the first half, Jill Aguilera on the ball, Audrey Harding on the ball. Those opportunities kind of dissipated as we got into the second half, but it was rewarded with a goal from Mackenzie George off that service. That ball played in from Audrey Harding, and then we saw some disruptive play defensively from Carolina Ascent, and this is going to be what they want to sustain and replicate match in, match out. The first shot blocked, but Maddie Mercado, the patience to put it on her left foot, and buries it from distance all through the traffic. And then Anna Bagley became a handful in terms of that first touch, that clinical nature, and that ability to look forward. This ball played over the top. Torbert battling her way to get in behind, and it does end up as an own goal on Studer. But that relentless press from Torbert causes the goal, and then early in the second half, you get Emily Colton on the outswinger. Madison Mernon just guiding this on goal, and perfect placement. And you had to feel like DC Power was carrying that momentum because they had done it towards the end of that first 45. And then you catapult yourself to find the equalizer to start the second. And then Martinez comes off the sideline, plays this ball in for Mackenzie George. And like Alyssa Walker was mentioning, when you have that willingness to get to that end line and that commitment to get crosses off, put yourself in the right spot, go ahead and find the game winner and pick up all 3 points.
Now these women fought and they persevered for their first win of the season. Let's take a look at the full-time stats. They are brought to you by Nucor.
Yeah, we see the possession numbers kind of lean in favor of DC Power. We did see them kind of control a little bit of the tempo and the pace in which it was played. Shots 12-10 in favor of Carolina Ascent. Obviously, DC Power did see a number of those come in the second half as they started to build off of that foundation that they laid towards the end of that first 45.
The best thing is, Eric, there's more to come. Let's take a look at the Gamebridge Super League upcoming schedule presented by Capelli Sport.
Yeah, big matchup again for Carolina Ascent against Lexington and Brooklyn, Tampa Bay Sun, Spokane Zephyr, Dallas Trinity, who's going to want to bounce back from the result against Lexington.
And we talked about Spokane's firepower on offense, and their goal scoring can be dangerous. Final thoughts will be in a few minutes, but we're signing off here from American Memorial Legion Stadium. For my broadcast partner, Eric Dubransky, and our entire crew here, we're saying thank you for watching and good night. Thanks for watching the Gamebridge Super League. The final here one last time, Carolina Ascent win it 3-2 over the DC Power FC. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.